everybody, it's me, Christy CE, and I'm finally back after all this time. Yes, I'm back at my couch with fairy lights. Finally some decoration. It was getting boring. Anyways, after my last video, well, my actual last video, the last video that I filmed on this couch was probably not very, tied with this one. Okay, it was. But basically, this is gonna be a book review, the PopularMMos book, obviously. After my last video, if you did not watch it, if you missed it, it will be linked in the description. But I flipped through the entire book, yeah, and as you can see, I have a few notes here because, well, I was preparing for this book review. I have a few thoughts about this. Yeah, let's just begin. First I'll try to do a spoiler-free review, trying to like really just explain like what I thought of the whole book, and later, like in the video, and this timestamp right here, you can skip to that if you already read the book and you don't care about spoilers, you just want to see like what I think about the whole book, then you can skip to that point. But if you actually do not want spoilers, this is the part of the video that you should like stay in, but after that you should leave because there's gonna be spoilers later on. So yeah, let's begin. Okay, so overall I think out of the three books, three books out of the three books, I will have to say, this is actually my least favorite one, but that's only because the first two were really good and I really liked them. This book overall was pretty decent, yeah, but it was very strange compared to the other two. It was kind of like a wrap-up of the whole thing. I don't think there's gonna be any more books after this one. I think this might be the last one in the actual like franchise, everything, like it's over, I'm pretty sure anyway. Well, yeah, the characters, there's less than in Enter the Mind. Enter the Mind is actually my favorite book out of them all. It has the best art, everything's like super pretty, there's like the most characters, it's like the most intriguing one. The ending wasn't really that good, but actually this book really does cover what happens after the Enter the Mind. Like the ending was a little bit worrying. This one goes more into detail about what happened in the ending of Enter the Mind. Luckily, thank goodness, they covered that because I was wondering what happened. Yeah, anyways. Overall, I think it was pretty decent. The art was the line art was actually a lot thicker in this book, as you can probably see here. The line art of the characters were thicker, and like the drawings overall were kind of a little bit messier. I don't know, it kind of seemed like they were trying, the colors are actually more vibrant in this one. There's a lot more like purple used for shading and stuff and lighting, and a lot of like pretty backgrounds. It was very colorful. Characters have well, they look a little bit more like, I don't want to say messy because that sounds like a bad thing. It's not. Like the book looks really good. Yeah, basically there were a few things that I did not like about it. For example, I don't want to go really into it because obviously no spoilers. The ending was, well, supposedly it was the ending of like the whole franchise, but it wasn't really, I don't know, it seemed like it was kind of sad in a way, but I'm not really gonna go into detail because obviously spoilers. So most of this book is actually more focused on Jen's character, Jen right here, and basically it was more about her backstory and her and Evil Jen, basically, their backstory and what is their deal, why do they look so similar. That is like what it really went, like what the book was really about. And I can actually say that the book, well, it wasn't all about just Jen. Herobrine, and yes, his name is actually Herobrine, that was confirmed totally in this book. What had a lot more like book time, like we saw him a lot more. He was more of like the main antagonist, definitely was him in this book. There were a couple of other new antagonists, well, not new, but a lot of other people were like involved in this whole thing. Yeah, Pat's character was actually not as big of a like focus in this book, especially like plot relevant. He wasn't very plot relevant, not super anyway, but he was still there. Basically, yeah, it was a very interesting thing that happened. Okay, well, now this is basically I can't. This is basically it for the spoiler-free review. I'm gonna get into spoilers right about now. So if you really do not want to get spoiled, and if you have not read the book, please go do so first. As I said, the video will be linked in the description, where I flip through the book. You can pause each page and read it all like that if you want. Actually, I don't think, just buy the book actually. Anyways, right now I'm actually gonna read the synopsis, yeah, the summary of the whole book. So if you don't mind that, then great, just, yeah. I'm gonna read that right now. Pat and Jen are heroes, basically, that's what it starts like. I mean, we know that. After defeating evil Jen and closing all the portals to the underworld, they have nothing to worry about. No villains to defeat and no events to go on. Awesome, right? Until a mysterious voice tells Jen that she has to go to the underworld to uncover a secret. It is a quest she can only undertake alone. With Jen off to find the truth and Pat to find Jen, the heroes almost don't notice that a sinister plot is afoot. But there's a new villain in town, and his team of ninja sailors are determined to take over the underworld and the real world. The real world. Oh, I can't read. To defeat him, Pat and Jen must do the unthinkable, team up with evil Jen. But can Pat and Jen find each other and a way to work with their nemesis to stop the sinister plot before it's too late? Yeah, okay, that's the plot of this entire book, basically. And yeah, this guy right here is like the sinister person with like the ninja pirate people. It's very confusing. I don't know why there's ninja pirates in here all of a sudden. I mean, that's not really like a thing. So yeah, the whole ninja pirate thing, I don't know where that came from. Like, in their channel, they never mentioned that. They were never part of any series. It's kind of just a random thing that is only in the books, only in the universe of the books. And I still consider, like, this universe completely different from any series that they ever had in their channel. But anyways, yeah, I'm gonna start, on the full-on review now. Spoilers, completely. Just spoilers everywhere. Okay, yeah. So these are a few notes that I have. I'm going to be flipping through them. Let's see what we have first here. Okay, so, yeah, the new characters, I'm not really a big fan of them. Like, the whole ninja crew, I don't like them. They were, like, basically, I'm going to remove this right here. This is my note right here. Yeah, they were basically teaming up with Captain Cookie, who was actually a bad guy in this entire book. Like, Captain Cookie wasn't really useful or good. I mean, it's nothing new that he wasn't useful, but he actually wasn't good either. He was actually really bad. Wait, let me see. I think he, like, helped kidnap Jen or something. Let me see. Yeah, right here. Look at this. Look, he's tying her. What even? Okay, well, yeah. Captain Cookie, not a very good guy in their book. He wasn't even, like, funny anymore. His whole thing is that he was funny. Like, in the first 2 books, he was pretty funny still. Mainly in the first one. And he was useful to, like, the good guy. So he was still actually a good guy. Now he's actually bad. Like, actually terrible. Yeah, I don't like Captain Cookie in this book. Or the new characters. They were kind of not very... one thing I do like, however, is this scene right here is really pretty. Look at this. It's so pretty. Like, I think the colors are really neat. And everything, the background just looks really good. And this is basically when Jen finds Mr. Rainbow. She's hearing, like, this mysterious voice that's calling her. It's kind of like Frozen 2, like when Elsa hears the voice. Yeah, kind of like that. She hears the voice. It's Mr. Rainbow telling her that apparently there's something that she does not know about her past, and it's very strange. I mean, oh yeah. Oh, and also the big twist. Like, if you really don't want spoilers, leave now. But the big thing is that evil Jen and Jen are sisters. Dun dun dun. I don't know, that's not at all surprising to me. I don't know about you, but I called it. Like, oh wait, oh my god. I called it, but the main reason was because, I mean, in their, like, actual channel, they always called, like, evil Jen, they always call her, like, Jen's evil twin. So it was pretty obvious that in the book series, that's what was gonna happen. So yeah, we go into, like, detail about Jen's backstory and stuff. They really do focus on, like, their backstory, and they say it, yeah, Jen is evil, like, no, evil Jen is Jen's sister, twin sister, and that means that Herobrine is in fact their father. So that was also very obvious to me because I watched The Crafting Dead. Obviously, they mentioned it kind of. I mean, they said it as a joke, but I also thought that was like pretty plot relevant with the books, because the books are kind of based on a bunch of their series mixed together. The reason is because, well, the reason I say it's not just The Crafting Dead, like it's mixing a bunch of other series together. For example, right here they mentioned the Twilight Forest, which was one of their like other series featured the Twilight Forest and like Jen's mom or whatever. Yeah, that was also mentioned here, which was pretty cool actually. Yeah, I liked it. I liked this twist. It was interesting how they were focusing more on Jen. However, I didn't think Pat's character was very likable in this book. I'm sorry, I just have to say that. He was a lot like less likable because he wasn't nice or understanding at all in this book, like towards Jen, especially like here in this entire scene. He was being so obnoxious, like what even? He wasn't paying attention to her at all. You just wanted to forget the underworld, forget everything, just move on with his life. I mean, that's understandable, but hear her out. He's like asking for his help here, and he doesn't even care. He does not care at all. He just like ignores her completely. Like in the second book, he was ignoring people because his ears were messed up because of like an explosion, but in this book he has no reason at all. Zero reason. So it's like weird. Why would they do that to his character? He's like less of a protagonist in this one and more of a side character, I feel like, which is kind of weird. But I mean, it's interesting though. Also, I did not like Captain Cookie teaming up with Herobrine in this book at all. It was really weird, uncalled for. I mean, yeah, Captain Cookie's a narcissist, selfish, but like in this book it's like really like bad because he does team up with Herobrine just straight up. I mean, he kind of didn't have a choice, but I don't know. He was really unlikable because he lost the one thing that made him likable, which was that he was funny. And in this book, he wasn't even funny, so he kind of just lost everything that made him likable. He was really annoying in this book. And like I said, really annoying characters. For example, the mayor. Oh my god, the mayor was so like annoying. Like in the second book when he appeared for the first, he was kind of funny. I mean, he was kind of funny, which is why I liked the second book so much. It was kind of like the funniest. But yeah, he's like a maniac. He's evil. Like why? What is wrong with him? No, he's so annoying and unlikable in this book. Like, yeah, he lost the one thing that made him likable, which was the fact that he was funny. He wasn't funny in this book at all. Not even a little. And okay, well, one other thing that I need to mention is that in my Enter the Mind review, I had this little mini theory that I was like, oh yeah, just for fun, this theory is probably not true at all. That the broom, which was actually Evil Pat, he was actually, I theorized that he was a ghost or something, that there was some sort of spirit trapped in the thing. But I mean, there's more evidence to back it up in this book, because look, after they dropped the broom, look at this. It has a facial expression. Its face changed. How do you explain that unless there's a ghost trapped inside? Maybe I was actually right about this. I don't know. I might have been correct, or I'm just going full on crazy over here. Most likely that option. So yeah, I have a few more notes here. This reference was cute. It was like a channel reference, calling Cloud like a savage and making him the one to push away the mayor into the river. By the way, this river thing, like, I don't understand. What was the point of this river? Where did they end up? Did they drown? Did they go back to the underworld? If so, like, they could still get out if they get their hands on the reality key. I don't know. I'm just gonna assume they drowned. It's over for them. Yeah, it was very interesting. Quite the ending here. And the ending of this book. I want to talk about the ending. Remember how I said it was kind of sad and tragic? I don't know if that was kind of, I mean, this might have had some of their like real life story into it. Maybe. I'm just saying, it's a possibility that it could have gotten inspired by the real life story. They got separated, so in this book they also got separated, so not really, but like they got separated in the way that Jen had to go to like another world to look for her like mom, and yeah, she left with evil Jen to look for her mom. So it wasn't really that much of a happy ending. It was a sad ending. It was melancholic, dude. It was so sad. Look, she left. Well, technically she left to find her mom, so it was a good thing, but I don't know. Pat ended up with Carter, apparently. I don't know. They were supposed to be like friends or something. Oh wait, I missed the post-it note actually. Oh yeah, well, I was just saying how the art was a little messier, but it wasn't really that noticeable. Too noticeable. They did use like really bright colors for shading and stuff, so it looked decent. It looked a lot more vibrant, this book, so if you like that, then you're gonna like this book a lot, especially this scene right here. This scene, this entire like Jen and like Mr. Rainbow scene was pretty colorful, really pretty. So yeah, overall my final thoughts on this book, out of the 3 books, like out of every single one, this one is my least favorite, but only because the other ones were so good, so like funny. They were really fun to read. I could read them over and over again, and they're still fun, especially the second one. This one kind of ran out of ideas. I feel like it was just kind of like a big plot twist, kind of like the second book, but the second book, the plot twist of the second book was very disappointing. It was like the evil Pat thing. So yeah, I think this is gonna be a really interesting way to like say goodbye to this franchise. I probably won't be talking about any of these books like at all ever again in my channel, because it's probably the last book that we're gonna like get ever, most likely. Definitely, I think it's gonna be the last book. But I think it was really fun while it lasted. I loved the first 2 books. This book was okay. It was okay. But overall, it was decent. But overall, I don't know. I do recommend this book. If you really want to like say goodbye to this entire franchise for like your entire life and you have not read this book, I will recommend you to buy it. Go buy it. Definitely. You can buy it at Target or Barnes and Nobles, or you can, if you really are desperate and you have no other options, you can click the video in the description. I think I actually missed a big chunk. I messed up the editing of that video, dude. I'm sorry. I missed a big chunk of the book. I don't know what happened to that video. It got deleted. Like like the entire beginning of the book I missed. Like not the beginning, but like building up to like the middle. I don't know what happened. There's a whole chunk of the book missing in that video. But yeah, I'm sorry. If you are super desperate, you can go watch that video. Otherwise, I recommend you buy it, and let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And yeah, I probably won't be talking about PopularMMos in on this channel again, because I have not been watching their videos recently, and I just lost interest after all of the things that happened with the channel. I don't know, it's kind of like, I don't know, there was too much drama involved, and I just don't want to be a part of that anymore. I talked about that once on this channel, never again. It's not happening. I'm pretty sure it's not gonna happen anyways. Yeah, anyways, thank you all so much for watching. And it was kind of a little awkward to like make a bunch of other PopularMMos videos after the one where I was talking about all the drama. I'm so sorry about that. That will also be linked in the description if you're curious and if you're really not aware of what's going on. Yeah, I'm gonna explain it all down in the comments. The recent stuff, like the Twitter stuff, I'm not talking about, and I did not put that in the video because it hadn't happened yet. But yeah, I'm not talking about that, people. I don't want to. I really don't want to. I don't want to research it. I don't want to know anything about that. I'm done with that. I'm done with this entire channel, and I'm done with their book series. This is probably the last PopularMMos video that you're going to be seeing on this channel. That being said, goodbye, everybody. I hope you really like this, and yeah, toodles and bye!